I'm on a different setup than usual. Let me open up chat. Oh, hey, it's people. How's it going, people? I think I'll play a few warm-up games. Some discussion about ducks and cheating and chicken. Oh yeah, there's a chicken behind me. It's not my chicken, but is can people even tell what it is? It's a little bit out of focus. Yeah, I'm really hoping the stream doesn't break. I'm in a different habitat. I haven't dropped any frames, which is good. Let's do a warm-up game. I'll stop observing. Join the 3-minute pool. And here we go. Welcome back, Joe Brune. My rating has dipped the last few days. I peaked about 2 weeks ago. I hit 28. Actually, my peak rating was 28.24. So I'm exactly 100 points below my peak. Okay, playing this line. Haven't played this in a while. Idea bishop f5. Queen d1 is the best move. There's bishop h6 there, but not played. Maybe some knight h5. And white's going to try and build up space with e4. So I think it makes sense to try and trade minor pieces. Although this is maybe already a little bit uncomfortable. Takes e5 is coming. Knight f5 g4. Can I play a4, queen c2? Not thrilled. This is risky because I'm overextending the pawn.
Let's go be Edvember.
Oh yes, thank you Swedish Chef, thank you G-Spades. So with h3 I play queen h4. f5, wow. Things are getting spicy. Pawn is pinned and there's 2 attackers. There's this or that. I could take first. Then the g file kind of bites me. Take with queen? Knight f4 is coming. So I'm calculating knight f4, queen g4, king h1, knight f5. King h1 first. And this. Looks shaky. Take with pawn. I'm not fond of what I've done. I have to live with the consequences. I think g5 is coming. Hey, thank you, Christine HB. Gifting to Chess Knight. I'm allowing this. Queen h3. I want to shift to the f file. Queen g6 might be coming. But then rook f8. We're both trying to attack on the king side. These squares are covered. The knight wants to come in, but my queen prevents it. I might trade all the rooks. Almost have some funny like queen g2, knight f4. Actually, rook f1, knight f4 right away. Hitting the queen in g2, forcing queen c2. You might see knight f1, but then check and I win the knight. So rook f1, knight f4, queen c2. Am I winning? Seems very close. Maybe I have knight h5 in the end. Trying to deflect the knight away from, or the knight away from the rook. There's rook here. Takes, check. Yeah, this is just me. Okay. I was trying to calculate the tactics quickly there. The last calculation was rook g1, takes, check, goes back, check, and I win material on g2. So, yeah, somehow my attack was more powerful than white's attack on the king side. And it looked really shaky, like with pawns like this. I've had a lot of traumatic experiences from childhood playing the QGD and just walking into this like f3 e4 plan and getting rolled over. But there's always the potential for counterpunching. So Genera Tim says, whoa, did we get a new camera? It's looking slick. So before I reveal anything, does the camera right now, does it look better than what I usually use? Maybe it looks different. Maybe the lighting is different. I'm in a different location than usual. And in front of me, behind the camera is a window, so I'm getting some nice natural light. There's also a light right above. I'm also using the Mac, portrait and studio light. So there's some filters on. Looks crisper. Bokeh looks digital, but it looks fine. The color of your hoodie suits you very well. Okay. Appreciate all the nice words in chat. So the camera is actually the new iPhone. It's the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And I got it primarily just for the camera and the fact that it connects pretty seamlessly with my Mac, especially for the travel setup. I did post to my my Twitch story and my Instagram story. First time I posted on both of those in a long time. But I shared a behind the scenes photo. I forgot the phone mount for my tripod, so I'm using a coffee maker to prop up the phone. What if you get a call? That's actually a good idea. Let me put my phone in do not disturb. So there is the studio light. So this is like the normal default camera look, and this is with studio light. So it's a nice kind of built-in feature. There's also, does this work? There's this weird thing on Mac that sometimes you see on like random chess proguests. I think this happened during the Levy Pia match, where if it detects like a thumbs up or thumbs down, then it'll create these bubbles. It's just a weird quirk with Mac, but I'm gonna have that turned off. Oh, does heart work? Let me try. Hey. Oh, maybe I'll leave it on. Oh, that's cool. What else can I do? What are other gestures? Peace? There's also, I don't want to break it, but let me try this thing. This thing is supposed to follow my face. But I think the camera would need to be cropped differently. I do have another scene, actually. It kind of works. But, yeah, let's leave it like this for now. All this new technology popping up. Pretty soon I'm going to have just an AI avatar of myself that will be streaming. And someone will have to program a chess bot that will play like me, and then I'll just outsource myself to AI. Okay, let me switch these settings back to what they were. Have to train it to play the Stafford, yeah. All right, there's a large library of games for a potential AI to learn from. There's a question, have you ever played Stafford in a Title Tuesday game? I think this is a viewer that is their first time watching the stream. Yeah, it feels like every week or maybe every other week I end up playing a Stafford in Title Tuesday. But I only play it if I'm not doing great in the tournament and I get tilted and I need to bounce back from the tilt. I think it was it last week? I think it was last week I had like a single TT tournament with like 3 Staffords and 1 or 2 Halloween Gambits. It was super fun. And I did decently. I beat a Grandmaster with a Stafford. I won a game with the Halloween too in the last round. But I think for today's TT, I'll start with like more reputable openings. You should play a Cambridge Springs and see if your opponent plays Bishop E3. I think you mean Bishop D3. Cambridge Springs referring to this position. One of my favorite weapons against the Queen's Gambit. Not everyone will go into this position, but when they do, it can be very fun. Bishop D3
Hello,
is
how are we doing today?
Nice trap. There's takes, and white gets forked. Queen and knight coordinate really nicely. Welcome back to Alpha Peppers. Doing well. I'm awake. Had some coffee. I have a mug full of water right now to stay hydrated. Are you finally on board with the beard oil? I have not used any beard oil. Where do I even get beard oil? I have olive oil, but I assume it's a little bit different. I did get a haircut, so they did some cleanup. There's no longer like this long neck beard, which I think is a bit nicer. A bit more comfortable too.
The Big 5-0.
Oh, avocado oil or coconut oil. It's fine. Okay. Bro, I would pay you just to read me a bedtime story. I love you. I love you too. Maybe this Title Tuesday will be a nice bedtime story. Not sure what's going to happen yet, but there might be some plot twists. Maybe some aggressive gambits. So Title Tuesday is 3+1. The World Rapid Blitz is 3+2. But World Rapid Blitz is over the board, so like 2-second increment is not much, OTB. Oh, Obese Reese had a crazy stalemate trap today. Yeah, feel free to whisper me. And then feel free to remind me during one of the breaks, and maybe I can show it on stream. I like your Scrabble mouse pad. Okay, someone saw my story. This is my Scrabble mouse pad. Okay. Emote only mode. Here we go. No Stafford Gambit. I'll play Sicilian. Actually don't know what to play against Grand Prix. I'll play this, an A6. Maybe we'll go into open Sicilian. D5. Yeah, this is more closed Sicilian. Actually resembles a French. I want to play this and this. Yeah, these positions can be quite, they can lead to quite long games, just because the center is closed. And the focus of play shifts to the king side and the queen side. My king is actually quite safe in the center. C4 is sometimes an idea, like C4, D4. Yeah. And knight B6. Problem is this bishop is annoying. Knight B6 looks a little bit disharmonious. But maybe it's the way to go. Is reinforce. I didn't want to commit to D4. There might be the idea of this, and then later trade bishops. Okay, doing fine on time. Might see knight C3. Might see H4. Or, what am I talking about? I want to play H4. So white could maybe play H4 themselves, but then it weakens G3. One's burning a lot of time. If knight C3, what do I do? Knight C3, knight B4 could be interesting. D3 is a bit loose. Bishop D2 could come. Thinking bishop d2, bishop d7. I don't mind the trade on d5. I just want to play bishop. Okay, a3. Not sure. Bishop d7, knight c3, bishop c6, queen b3. Looks kind of shaky. I could start with h4. Some idea of using this diagonal. Let's start with h4. Just envisioning like queen or bishop to c5. Bishop d5 or queen b6. Knight c7 here. Take first. Bishop f2 is coming. How to do this? Really don't want to take, but I feel like I have to. My king will go to f8, rook will go to b8, pawn eventually to b5. Maybe b6 if we see a4, c4. Well, c4, queen d4. I'm thinking about doing this. The b7 pawn. b5 now. Preparing this. Allowing queen c6. We could trade queens. Okay, doing Varela on time. Want to take and play bishop h4. I think I can get away with it. Take, rook a8, rook b8. Really? Queen b7 maybe. Okay, not in time. The finish was kind of shaky. I think white was doing quite fine. There was a line I just want to show here. Let me turn off emote only. So when I played queen b7, for a brief moment, I thought I allowed takes, check here, and then check. But I have a hero pawn on h2. It's like, it seems like this pawn is useless, but it controls the square, which helps me save the rook. Saves me from getting skewered. So, worked out nicely. I think my opponent played a decent game overall, but just kind of played too slowly. Maybe should have gone for queen c6. Because once queens come off, then I don't really have any attack, and white can play positionally. Should I check with the engine? What moment do I want to check? Oh, white's slightly better here. c4 I think was good. Oh, the engine doesn't like it. Because I should play d4, Knight b6 is fine. And here I took a long time. Took 32 seconds to play h4. One of the best moves. And here I took a long time too. I think I just got too comfortable with my time advantage. Engine says takes, takes, and queen b6. I was wanting to make ideas like this work, but takes, takes, takes. Black sacks a pawn, but the center opens up. That's interesting. Bishop g2, castle queenside. So according to the engine, I don't think I was ever like much worse this game. Like white was slightly better out of the opening, but I was always kind of in control. All right, moving on. Round 2. Play d4. Going for London. Play d5. I was learning this line recently. e5 is the main line here. The idea is just to take and play e4. I was actually learning this when preparing for Danya, because Danya likes to play c5 on move 2. I had a game against Danya recently. He crushed me. And I was just looking for other options. And I didn't spend too much time studying this, but the plan I looked at is this, and then this, and this. Maybe I'm supposed to play h3 first. Okay, we'll trade lights for bishops.
I went on autopilot for too long time to get back to chess.
Oh, welcome back, Calvin and something. Okay, doing well on time again. I mean, this should be a pretty, I don't want to say simple position, but there's a lot of easy moves. And knight b6 is kind of awkward. It's kind of asking for a5, and if black plays a5, I play knight b5. Wow. So knight's going to come to c7. Just playing a lot of natural moves. Rook a3 is very thematic. Knight b5 here. Tickling the a7 pawn. Unleashing the rook as well. I'm also clearing the way of the c3 pawn. So knight b4, I play c3. Any tricks? This is simple. Defending and looking to play knight f5. I think I can just still play knight f5. Or knight f5. Takes queen h5. Let's do it. There's some knight h6 ideas. I'm not actually sure what I'm threatening. Maybe queen g4? Because now the queen's tied down to defending the bishop. Of f4. Queen f3 is also interesting. Wait, so queen f3 takes queen h5. There's bishop f6, takes king f8. I think the f7 pawn is going to be a big problem for black. The f-file is now guaranteed to open. And the knight exerts constant pressure. And once a rook comes in too, what does black do? Bishop f6? Bishop g. Okay, pawn f6. I mean, I have pawn e5 takes. This e6 square. I think I can afford to play this move. It's kind of slow, but e5 is coming next. So knight b4 is kind of natural, but then e5 takes, queen takes, and I'll be threatening this. f5, queen h8 is mate. I have knight g8. Full invasion. This is an imposter knight. Usually it's a black knight on g8. I'm threatening this and this. Just take. Anything stronger? This should be good enough. g6 is now weak too. I could have taken on d6, but I mean, maybe the triple up will be more powerful. e5 also on tap. Just want to play rook e7. Okay, we'll trade. Knight d3 is a mate threat. Yeah, that was a mate in one threat, but not getting mated. Ooh. Look at this. Plenty of time. Okay. Nice game overall. It took some work to convert, but I'm happy with it. 2 out of 2. Thank you to Phyla. Happy 51 months. I'm happy with this new like London weapon too. Because basically my whole London career I've been playing Pawn e3. I have toyed around with this move too, which is interesting. The d5, it is a top engine move. And this is a very trendy line, this e5 move. But it just leads to a game. One of these Benoni positions. Engine likes h4 here. a4 still fine.
Yay, 3 years. Have really enjoyed and benefited from your content, thank you.
Thank you, Tom Kitching. Happy 3 years. Knight g4 and move 24. Let's see. Oh, playing Bluebaum. Oh, Bluebaum is like super well prepared in the opening. He's crushed me the last few times I've played him. Okay. Definitely gonna play something a little bit different than what I usually do. I'll play this sign. Bishop F. I'm kind of on my own now. Knight H5. H3 is coming. Bishop B5 is coming. Bishop B5, Knight D7. What is this? Also G6 here. G6. Let's play this. Yeah, feeling uncomfortable already. C5. Queen E7. I want to set up knight E4. Knight E4 takes, doesn't work. At F5, I just move back. Really? Queen takes, I'd play F5. Looks shaky, but I think I'm holding on. Queen takes, I have Queen F7. Pawn takes, I have Rook F8. Um, I'll play Rook E D8. I think Rook D2. Might be winning B2 now. A7's hanging. Rook D D2 is maybe coming. Take, take. Rook D5? No. After B3. I'll play Rook D5. Queen D6, Queen G6. Rook B2 is some threat. Kind of a panic move. Not happy with that move. There's takes queen d6, yeah. Oh! I was gonna play king g6 too. Oh. Oh, I'm so sad. Also just realized the heart rate thing is not showing. Oh. That's such a good game. I think I was like clearly better too, maybe even close to winning. It was my first time like getting a good position against Bluebaum. At least first time in a long time. I kind of freaked out around queen a3 was such a good move, like practically. Yeah, and like I don't have this, I don't have this. This I played, but turned out not to be that great. I wasn't completely winning, but it was definitely like much better for black. I was just a little bit too slow. Okay, bear with me. I'm really cold. I don't know if the heat is working here. Let me turn on the heat. Okay. What's wrong with bishop c4? I didn't even consider that move. I should have. But bishop e4, there's bishop e3, so I'm not actually winning material. I was really set on just controlling the d file. Was a2 hanging on move 14? a2 is not hanging. Unless you mean a different move. Oh, like here. White was threatening made in 2, so I can't take a2. And then here, maybe a2 is takeable, but it just doesn't feel right. Let's see. Oh yeah, because yeah, my bishop's tied down to f5. I think that was the case for a while, like even here. Yeah, whenever I take on a2, I lose f5, and just not a good trade. I'm still happy with my form today. Despite losing this game, it was mostly caused by time management. So we have one more round until the usual break. I'm 2 out of 3. I'm not tilted enough to play the Stafford. I'll also probably be white next game. So I think I'll probably stick with the London. But I might end up incorporating some e4 games too as white. I'll see how I feel. I think it's also very likely I'll stick around after the stream and just, yeah, do some Title Tuesday after party. Question about Vienna. The Vienna opening is not an opening I've played much of. Like if I play e4 and it's a king's pawn, I'll probably go for Scotch. Follow the chess mood repertoire. Okay, here we go. There's a comment about London line against a black Fianchetto. Maybe we'll have that in this game. G6. Or will we see C5 again? Okay, we see E6. So this is a fun one. Queen f3 attacks the rook, prevents bishop e7, induces d5, and leads to some more abstract position. Like not your usual London setup. More aligned with Joe Bava London, knight committing to c3. I think h4 is fine. Very common move to throw in. There's cases where white plays h5, h6. Okay, in this case, I might have to take. I mean, there's 92. Take a moment here. I'm going to go for this. This puts more pressure on black. Black has to now figure out how to defend the pawn. Castling could walk into my attack. Queen f8 looks awkward. g6 is not possible. Now I have this plan. Black will probably start rolling with c5. I could play 92. Could take as well. Actually, takes an f3 looks acceptable. Thank you, Albiux. Appreciate the sub. I don't really want to trade. Wait, I can just take on e4 and win a pawn. The queen defends. If takes, I take with rook. Keep the pawn defended. Thank you, Euland.
In rose an angry goose.
See some e5 coming. Okay. It's a decent positional move. I'm gonna leave the tension. If f6, maybe bishop c4. Bishop e5 here. Cat and mouse game. So now the c-pawn's blocking the bishop. c3 just looks like a comfy move. Could move back to b5. Take. I think this is okay, actually. Bishop e5. So ideally, I want to trade the bishop and then play d5. And there's a line takes, I lose e4, but I take and unleash the pin on the d file. I undouble my e-pawns. And this is kind of exactly what I wanted. Knight takes e5 or d5. Pawn takes. Wow, I have options. d5, there's f5, c4. I think I just take and play rook e1. f6 could lead to a lot of trades. f6, knight g6 takes. I'll have knight f4 in the end, I think. Anything better? Check. Some upper pawn. This is very stable on the king side. Just king e3 coming. Oh, maybe I should have checked and won the pawn. Still takes work. And d5, king d4. If I can play b3, c4, it's game over. 96. Yeah, it's looking very good. I have c4 here. Nice finish. Got the knight checkmate. Okay. So decent start. 3 out of 4. Can't complain. I think that was a nice game overall. Go back and take a look. Thank you earlier to French Fries 19. Happy 5 months. So yeah, one of the reasons why I play the London is because of lines like this. It just leads to fresh, dynamic, sharp positions from early on. Like there's so many cases where rather than defaulting to the main London setup, you react to what your opponent does. And there's so many common setups from black where you can do like different, interesting, aggressive things. Yeah, as we saw in this game. So engine saying knight b5. I should have considered this. That's interesting. And if takes, there's pressure on c7. Knight a6. And white can do things on the king side too. I played h4 right away. I took time in this position. I think it was a useful spending of time. Because if I went for the queen trade, then black is probably having a very easy game to play. But queen g5 kept the pressure. And eventually black blundered in the center. Yeah, queen d8 just lost a pawn. Hello to Zoe 101H. Happy 4 months. Yeah, then from here, I think everything was under control. I was happy with the bishop e5 move. Yeah, up a pawn and ending pretty smooth. Wilfried Zaha plays chess says, I like your bishop d6 line where you go queen g4. Yeah, that's another one. Not so many players will play this exact move order, but when black plays early e6, bishop d6, then you can take queen g4. Another one of my favorite London lines. And you just apply immediate pressure to g7. Definitely similar vibes between this line and what I just played in my game. I think there's queen g4 immediately here too.
Hi Eric. Have you commented on World Championship?
I haven't commentated. I commented earlier in the stream about my thoughts so far. The first game was incredible. Like it was super exciting. Game 2, I think was kind of expected. The fact that Ding would play solidly and yeah, not as much of a bloodbath as the first game. But it's still cool to see like the opening attempt from Ding. This like symmetrical 4 knights with the early a-pawn push. It did seem like he had some like venomous preparation that Gukesh was able to sidestep. And I have stayed up until 3 a.m. my time to watch the first few games live. It's been fun to like hop between all the streams covering the event too. The official broadcast with Jovanka and David is quite good, like very well produced. The chess.com broadcast, Lee Chess broadcast. The first round, or the first the first game, I was watching a good chunk of Matthew Souther's commentary. Because he'll watch the game with like the Leela engine and then like go through all the crazy Leela lines and talk about the opening ideas. I'm going to take a break and I'll be back momentarily. Okay. I hope people are enjoying the scenery. Yeah, the rooster in the background. Got some pink walls. So we have about less than a minute until next game. Very possible I could play up. Just scrolling through here. I'm tied for 38th. Yeah, it's also possible I'll play down again. All right, emote only mode. Here we go. Opponent does not have the best connection. Giving me some timeouts. Sometimes this happens after the break. Opponent is manually berserking. For d4, I'll play my usual d5 repertoire. Do you see d4? Barmen variation. Bishop e2. Queen b6. Looks playable. Expecting a5. Not played. Knight b3, bishop e7. And castling will come next. So yeah, knight e5 is a really nice move to try and exploit d3. I have queen d3, but then knight c6. Knight c6 is actually kind of annoying. Queen d5. Probably should not have allowed this. Let's try this. Oh, but then queen a8. Ay, ay, ay. What am I doing? Queen g5? No. Like, what do I do here? Queen b8? Wait, queen g5, knight c6. Knight e5 doesn't work. Maybe queen d5. So knight c6, rook e8. It should still be okay. Takes I take with knight. And there's takes in e4. And maybe I play some bishop. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, it's turning into a bullet game.
Good luck with the title Tuesday, Eric. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Smile.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Another 4 is coming. There's rook c4. Might be 2. No. So messy, man. I dropped a thing on, I don't even know what square, e2. Opponent dropped material back. We both almost flagged so many times. I'll take it though. Okay, I have to mentally recover from that game. Yeah, opening was very pleasant. Queen b6, probably not necessary. Engine likes rook c8. Yeah, queen b5 walked into this, and then I took a lot of time because this move is coming. Queen c5? Queen c5, knight b3? Guess it's playable. Okay, moving on. Not much time for a break there. So I'm 4 out of 5. I prepared this a long time ago for Eric Hansen, this queen d3, queen b3 idea. Eric sometimes plays his bishop g4 line. What to do? There's a line like castle bishop h6 knight h5 I take twice on d5. g6 is probably a concession. Bishop e5. Hey, thank you, Kugelbush. Appreciate the raid. If you're just joining, chat is in emote-only mode. It is Title Tuesday. Playing a strong Grandmaster. Can I take this pawn? Takes knight c5 is an issue. Let's just play this. Short position. Knight c5 is coming. Really takes knight d3. We're trading. But if knight d3 takes c1, I have bishop e4 and the knight's stuck. If queen takes, I play rook d1. I'll probably be ready to sack on d3. It looks scary, but king should be safe. I'm gonna see queen d8. I take up a pawn. Rook d8, queen e4. Rook d1, king g2. I think is okay. I have my pawn snake. And knight has potential. h3 is weak, but I have rook g3.
Imrosenpog, Imrosenpog, Imrosenpog.
I didn't quite see. I have queen b1 maybe? Queen c6, queen e4. I have to evict the queen. This is an eviction notice. What's the threat? Queen d2. Probably queen c2. Still very tense. The rook wants to come back and fight for the d-file. b4 is a threat. a3 looks useful. There's bishop a3, knight b5. Not sure. Queen b5, king f3. Rook c8, queen b3. Looks super shaky, but still maybe playable. No, I'm getting mated. Arrgh. Is king d3 better? It's such a difficult position, and I have to lose f2. King d3 just, yeah, it doesn't do much. Yeah, I was up a pawn, but black has full compensation. Where did I go wrong? I had to do something like very specific. Like rook g1 here. Queen e4 is a little bit too slow. The problem with queen e4 is there's cases where the knight wants to go to e4 and the queen's just misplaced. Good game. I'm still not too disappointed with like the overall quality. There's another game against strong GM where I had my chances. Nice bit of opening prep. Yeah, just got a nice kind of Slav position. Black's a bit passive. Oh, cheesy gazebo asking about dog. So I got the new iPhone, which I'm currently using as my webcam. I was taking dog pictures with it earlier today. Let's go through here. Yeah, so this line was a bit better for white. I didn't really consider not taking the knight. Engine likes king e2. Maybe I should have embraced the bomb cloud. Make a t-shirt that says, oh, what to do. Yeah, maybe in 2025, have to launch some new merch. What to do. Okay. Moving on. What to do? Play Stafford Gambit? Have I played this person before? No. Stafford Gambit time. I lost a game. I have to untilt. I might regret this. Okay, we might also just not have a Stafford. Maybe we'll have the ding report opening. Or reverse Halloween Gambit. Okay. A3. I like to play A3 sometimes as white. I don't think this changes much in terms of Halloween theory. Like if white holds on to the piece, we get a line. Maybe b4 is possible, but white could also play this move and get back the knight. Okay, but white is holding on to the knight, so I'm down knight for pawn, but I have the center pawns. I want to checkmate. I feel like this is a wrong holiday. Thanksgiving is in a couple days. Halloween was last month. But I want to be thankful for Gambits. Specifically the reverse Halloween Gambit. At least I'm getting a nice time advantage. Sometimes that's a main form of compensation you get when you play Gambits like this. Up about a minute. I have my mate threat. Bishop g4, I think h5. h5 there's d3. I could castle as well. Go for h5. And this is a very thematic move. I didn't really calculate knight takes h5. I assume there's tactics. Yeah, probably take on f2 and then g2. It would be nice to... Oh, wow. So white's giving back the piece. What's happening here? Take, king f8. There's also king d8, which is kind of insane, but I would be threatening f2 and rook e8. There's queen d5, bishop d6. I don't know. I think king f8 is called for. Knight f6. Knight f3. So knight f3, I can't play knight d4. I could just play bishop f5, rook e8 check. And now I'm only down a pawn. Okay, so it's still basically a gambit. I want to play this move next. Oh, there's almost some really beautiful lines. Queen e7. I have to save the bishop. White's gonna play d3. White takes. d4 might be coming. I want to take on f3, bishop h3, and rook e1 mate. But my bishop's in the way. Play bishop e6. Does it work? Queen b4, check. There's also bishop h3 immediately. Oh, there's queen f4 in that line. Not seeing it. Where's my funny line? Didn't see it. I just burned all my time too. I really don't like what I've done. It's not over. One's playing shakily. Threatening mate and threatening b2. Wow. Okay, I went on time. Oh, what an insane game. This only 65 moves? That felt like 200 moves. A dubious opening. I don't know how I won that. I mean, I really liked the position here. I had so many dreams of sacking a queen for mate. But I couldn't turn that into a reality. And I just froze up. Because I saw this move coming. Engine says this? What if this? Wow, this I did not consider. Yeah, it was just a worse ending. But then somehow, yeah, white had trouble with this rook. And actually, white should have been the one pressing me. Because they could have won my a-pawn. Or could they have? Yeah, they should have played f3 here. And I'm losing a4. But then, yeah, it's still a draw, like, theoretically. And even the final position, like, okay, white didn't have to play g4. Engine says this is still a draw. Okay. I'll take it. I'm 5 out of 7. I've successfully untilted with a dubious gambit. Now I can revert to normal openings, maybe, or maybe keep playing gambits. I think I'll play Sicilian if e4 is played. See knight f3. Wait a minute. Is castle queenside? No, it's castle kingside. A-pawn's hanging. Do I care? Probably not. Takes, I have rook a8 to win a2. Oh, but d5 is loose. Maybe I do care. Oh, but I hit the bishop. I have knight f2 incoming? Probably not here. Bishop a3 is interesting. c5 is a move. Wow. Hmm. This is such a rich position. Not sure what to do there. Rook a5 to g5. Cool idea to play this and this. To threaten bishop h2. There's also this idea just to mate. Do I have 94? No, take a hit g2. Giving up some initiative. It's insane position. Knight b8. Queen b5, bishop f8. I'm just getting mated there. I liked my position until I didn't. Another good game. Just got really messy. I've lost control around here. Like maybe allowing f4 is already in white's favor. But what else to do? Like maybe include h3? Because then it would provoke g3 and maybe that's some accomplishment. And the game white didn't have to react to this. Question, why didn't you take on g2? Yeah, I left the pawn tension. If I take, there's rook takes. I didn't want to help white improve the rook. Let's see. Oh, did I have a sack on g2 with a rook? I was looking for ideas, but like there's not much of a follow-up, like queen g5 and king goes back and rook comes here. Engine likes black. Yeah, I should have played h3. g3 and then queen e6 possible here. Engine likes knight f6 more. All the games I've lost, I've been having like fine positions. Creating chances for myself. Just misplaying the critical moments. But this is still good for black. Rook f5. Yeah, rook f5, I guess, is a more active way to not lose a pawn because I pin the knight. Walk into e4? How does this work? Takes, takes. So I was calculating lines like this in the game, and it doesn't seem like I have time to win b2. I don't understand this. Like, I'm down a piece, but I guess... What, bishop c1, h3, probably. Oh, rook takes f3. Wow. And this rook is overworked. Pawn is pinned. What round was that? Was that round 8? That was round 8. Okay, we have a break. Welcome back, Obese. I have not had a chance to check out your Stalemate trap. I've been a bit preoccupied with my games. I just want to finish analysis in this game. Yeah, this is kind of the turning point. When I played knight b8, I was envisioning a funny line. Queen b5. I would play bishop f8. White would play, let's say, takes. Wait, what was I envisioning? I was envisioning some dumb, like, en passant trick. Like, I'd play f5. White would take en passant because it's forced, and then I win the queen. Because both pawns vanish from the 5th rank. But that did not happen at all. Okay, should we check out this stalemate trick? So this is a game played by Obese Reese. Obese Reese was white. Yeah, it looks like white's on the verge of getting absolutely crushed. Down a rook. Knight e6 was played. Knight e2, king h3, knight f4. Oh. Black takes with the queen on f4. And now it's white to move and draw. I wonder how many people would play the wrong move here thinking that they're doing a stalemate trap. The first thing to realize is the king and pawns are stuck. Only the queen can move. So if white can sack the queen by force, then there's stalemate possibilities. And there's 3 different queen moves. Queen takes f7, queen takes g5, and queen g6. But only one of these moves work. And I'll go ahead and say the only move is queen g6, which hopefully, yeah, Obese Reese played. Because queen g5 allows this, and now the pawn can move. And queen f7, likewise, again, the f pawn can move. Queen g6. And now this is funny because black takes with the h pawn, and now this pawn can move. But there's h7. If the king takes it, it's stalemate. If the king moves here, it's also stalemate. And if the king moves here or here, white's queen is reborn. Only to be sacrificed again, queen e8. I assume was played. What happened? Oh, white flagged? Obese Reese flagged in this position. You didn't have enough time? One more move? Oh, it's so sad. I thought it was going to be a brilliant draw, but it's such a tragic loss on time. Ouch. Yeah, let's say like you're playing on chess.com and you have 0.1 seconds or 0.2 seconds. You should play this move. Because this forces king takes d8 and it's stalemate. If you play this move, black can play this and you have to play one more move and maybe you wouldn't get the pre-move in. I also like how after queen g6, I wonder how many players would play king h8 trying to avoid the stalemate, only to walk into checkmate. That would be funny. All right, let me make sure I'm ready for next game. Yeah, we're still on break. Yeah, would you get 2 Rosen trophies for that? For Oh No My Queen and a stalemate trick? Trevlar is in chat. Trevlar is the master coder behind Rosen Score. I was almost excited from game 1 of the match between Ding and Gukesh, because Ding was close to getting a Rosen trophy. He castled after move 30. But to get the trophy, you have to castle after move 40. I don't think he was aware of it, so maybe later in the match. It'll be fun to see if any of the players get Rosen trophies. Oh, it would be cool actually to see like all the Rosen trophies in World Championship history. That would be super cool. If it's possible to like run through the like run all the games through, I know you can like connect an online account with Rosenscore, but can you like run a PGN database? Okay, so I'm 5 out of 8. 3 more games, I could still tie my best score ever. Here we go. Reverting to London. Served me well so far. I did lose 1 game in London, but it wasn't because of the opening. I'll play this line. I sometimes get a similar position with reverse colors. 95 or C4? Wait, what's the line here? It might be C4. There's ideas of Queen A4, 95, etc. C6 is a target. Knight B3, C1. There's also like G4, G5 ideas. I think I want to play Rook C1 next. Am I threatening to take? Knight takes hits the bishop. Bishop D2. Maybe Knight C6 first. It's getting spicy. I might be just threatening takes and then Rook takes C6. What if Bishop D6 takes and then Bishop E5? Maybe I take with Bishop, Knight takes on G7, Rook G8. So if I take... I think I just win a pawn. Oh, that loses material though. I could take with Rook. Forgot about 92, but it should be okay. Take. Knights versus bishops. Really messed up. Oh, okay, it's just losing. What to do? I was trying to set up some mating idea, but it's just too slow. Oh, I missed rook h8 here. It's not winning? I think I'd have winning chances here. Maybe still losing chances too. Oh, what to do? I like the opening. I was considering g4. Engine's top choice. I was mainly calculating g5, but h4, I should have gone for this. With h6 is just so nice for white. I played on the queen side. I still had g4. I want a pawn, but yeah, black got good compensation. And then that was still good for me. g4 wasn't necessary. I missed knight a4 here. I was looking for back rank ideas. I saw the rook was tied down. I just didn't see knight a4. And this just gave away the advantage. And then I was worse, and then I was losing, and then I flagged. Such is life. I was actually, I maybe could have saved the game if I played rook h8. Okay, 2 more games to go. If I'm black again, and I have the chance to play Stafford, I might go for it. Already had one reverse Halloween. Oh. Any game still going? Are you keeping the beard for good? I'm keeping it until I shave it. I might do a stream where, like, if I lose a game, I shave the beard. Or maybe I'll do, like, a speedrun episode where that's the premise. I have to up the stakes. But if I shave the beard, maybe I'll keep the mustache. Or just shave half the beard, yeah. Okay, moving on. I'll play e4. No more London. The London has failed me in the last few times I've played it. Bro thinks he's Ding Loren. Should I play the Gukesh line? I'll play the Tarrasch. My childhood opening. I really don't know the theory here. Knight c6. I assume knight f1. a3 could be a move. Why don't I know the theory here? I think I'll want a Gambit. Just castle. Queen b6 is coming. g5. Okay, this I do have vague memories of. Down on the clock. I think the position is playable. I mean, a little bit underdeveloped. It's kind of a question where Black's king is going to go. King is lacking a decently safe home. In bishop f4. Wow. Threatening bishop b8. Now I'm threatening mate and to take on a7, followed by queen b8. Bishop can plant itself here. What does black do here? Rook c7, bishop b6. Expecting rook c7 to repeat. Doesn't happen. Now I'm threatening this. Rook is tied down to defending. We might see e5. e5, probably rook d1. Might be threatening this move. I hit the queen and the g4 pawn, exploiting the pin. I have this move. And bishop c5 is coming. If I take. Bishop b6 is probably simplest. Threatening b5. There's a beautiful tactic. Does it work? Queen f5, rook e5. Oh, then bishop f6 takes. Doesn't quite work. This better be winning. Not sure though. It's a theoretical draw, but like it's not the easiest type of draw to defend. Yeah. No! I didn't win it. The final position is drawn, but I was trying to create chances. What to do? I think that was the last game of the round too. Is this the last game of the tournament? It is, okay. Stafford Gambit time? Stafford Gambit time. Halloween Gambit, maybe? No, okay, we have a symmetrical 4 knights opening. Bishop g5 will break the symmetry. Accepting double pawns. It's an aggressive way to play this. I don't quite remember the follow-up. Knight g6. Might just be king h8. This f4 might be coming. With knight f5, I think I just take and maybe move back. Wow. I'm still recovering from this last game. I'm not sure what to do. C6, d5. Calculating takes f5. h6, f4. It's probably not the most exciting way to play this, but just trying to neutralize a little bit. I may have allowed takes knight d5. I mean, I have this move, threatening c6. White wins the pawn. Do I win it back? Takes g4. I might get some compensation. It's a good move. I can't really let the f-file open. I take. Yeah, the game keeps going. White might include this move. Probably wise thing to do to, yeah. I could take back. And there's no rook e1 check because I control e1. The problem is c3 is coming. Right, let's try this. C3, rook g5, rook e1, king f6. White's defending with bishop c2. What to do? It's probably closer to a draw, but I might suffer. My hands are really cold. I need a hand warmer. Just a warm cup of tea. Okay, that's basically a draw offer. Let's make it exciting. Let's fight on. H4 takes there. I'm just envisioning my bishop doing things. Rook f3, bishop c1. Not the most impressive things. But maybe I can like win a pawn back and try and torture my opponent. I'll play bishop g5, rook e8. Takes, I have rook h8. I have the e-file. I'm actually playing for a win now, despite being down a pawn. h3. Wow. Not sure if it's winning though. Win back a pawn. And this is what I wanted. Hands-free checkmate. Oh, no, okay. Hands-free opponent resigns or flags. Okay. Nice finish. I managed to win what probably should have been an unwinnable position. But this is the nature of opposite color bishop endgames, especially with rooks on the board. They sometimes look just dead drawn, but I was able to use my dark squares. Able to invade, put pressure, use the e-file. Around here, things got like very tricky because, yeah, the king was tied down to defending the rook. I didn't win the rook, but we got a lot of activity on back the pawn, etc. Okay. Final score, 6.5. I think I broke even in terms of rating. Congratulations, Christopher Yu. Wow. Two-way tie for first, a wonder in third place. Hikaru in 16th with 8. I finished in top 100, tied for top 100, 75th. Yeah, I think it's winning in this position. The pawns are too strong. Anything white can try? The problem for white is I'm just gonna push the a pawn now. And the king's too far. I'm always covering these pawns. So, this might be my last stream for a while. At least my last stream before traveling. I'm debating what to do. Maybe I'll stick around. I was going to wrap things up, but how about I stick around, play some games, try and raise my rating. I'm going to stick with normal chess. See the request for drawback chess. I think for the next month, I'm going to stay away from chess variants. Just because, one of the reasons because I'm playing in the World Rapid Blitz Championship. And I want to work on my actual chess game. No Stafford Gambit. 92. Okay, tricky move order. Maybe transpose into some closed Sicilian. Play d6. F3 might come. Bishop d7. There's a weird idea here. I'm going to play bishop e6. The idea is takes bishop c4. I don't know if this works. I guess there's d5. I take queen b6 or queen b6 right away. Thank you, Chess Dojo. Appreciate the raid. I'm trying to win a pawn here, but I don't think it's possible. I should probably just trade. Do I have E? No. I should not be burning so much time. Go for b5. Trying to keep the pressure. We might see b3. Did Chess Dojo also stream Title Tuesday? Is it Kostya, Jesse, David? E5 here is still a move. Let's do it. Positionally, it looks weakening, but materialistically, it wins a pawn. Yeah, Rook d1 is coming. Can I save it? d5. 5 might come next. Yeah, we're going to trade everything. I really got to watch my time. It's weird transitioning from 3+1 to 3+0. I can't live on increment. I can only die on the non-increment. So white has a bishop. Yeah, bishop is usually better over a knight in positions like this. But knights are sometimes trickier. Bishop e4. Bishop e4, we trade knight d4. And some rook c2. I'm gonna plant my knight on c3. This feels wrong, but going for it anyway. Should be winning a2 now. Just a trade. Am I winning b3? Got a little bit of time. Mm. No. Okay. I thought I was in good shape to grind that down. GG. Should I play again? Match against the Grandmaster. This Grandmaster wants to farm me for raiding. C6. I'll play the setup with probably G4, Bishop G2. Okay, not in this case. Queen D2. I'm kind of mixing ideas. Maybe it's okay. I have 3 coming. E5. Getting kicked around a little bit. On E7. I'm gonna go for this. Looks interesting. Maybe it's not great though. Black just neutralizes. It's not looking good. Just don't see a follow-up. I'm down so much time too. Like I'm down material, down on time. But I'm 1 fork away from having hope. A4 I take on B4. I'll play this. And see what to do. What to do? GG. I play one more game. Let's end with a win. If I win a game, maybe I end the stream. London opening time. Like a high-rated, non-title player. Take. Looks alright. The bishop should go somewhere else. Or not. If takes, I take on f7 first. Knight takes, I win materials. Rook takes. Bishop g5. Bishop g4. We can take. That's the most random resignation. I mean, the position's good for white, but is it that good? Black's queenside is a little bit weak. Why does the opponent resign there? Should I end this stream on that? I mean, I guess the eval is like plus 1.3 maybe? I don't know. Black should probably take and play this position. Yeah, I'm not too far off. 1.3, yeah. B takes a5 is one of the top moves. Rook d7 is top. Should I show the eval bar? I kind of cover the eval bar, but there it is. Yeah, usually when I use the engine, I don't use the eval bar. I just look at the lines. Then I was watching the World Championship match, and I was watching. Okay, I was hopping around between like all the channels covering the match, and one of my favorite streams to watch was Matthew Sadler, and he was using Leela. Let me see if I can find the link. And Leela just has a much better type of eval bar compared to what we usually see here. See if I can show this. Bear with me one moment. Oh dear, this is not the best layout. I just want to show something cool that I think a lot of people don't know about. Myself included. I didn't know about this until like a couple of days ago. So if you're sick and tired of the old eval bar, which is just this, there's a different eval bar which gives you a bit more information, which is this. Now this is not the best example. I don't know if there's a way to go back. We go like game 1. I don't even know how to replay through the moves. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is not the best interface. But Leela uses a completely different approach to evaluating the position. And I don't even know what these arrows, like what is this? It's like a dotted line arrow. I'll have to read into like maybe the documentation. But basically, instead of giving a pure number, like this gives plus 1.3. This takes the position and then tells you the likelihood of each result. So, well, I don't know why. I'll still have to figure out how to use this interface. But basically, like from the opening, the players had like a really sharp position where, okay, the draw likelihood was about 50%. Well, black's chances to win were 21.5%. White's chances were 27.3%. And it gives you a much better idea of like how sharp the position is too. Because there's cases where maybe the draw rate would be much higher, the position is drier, like game 2 of the match. But I think this is a better way to like understand what's going on using an engine evaluation. And the website is live.lc0.org. And when you go to the site during one of the World Championship games, it'll show the game. So yeah, it's one of the main sites to use if you want to follow the match with engine analysis. We want both bars. Yeah, I found myself like when I'm watching the games, I actually like seeing this eval along with the actual engine eval to like understand the differences between the engines. Because I think Stockfish was giving like plus 0.2, plus 0.3 around this point for white. So anyway, I am going to, I think, wrap things up. Thanks everyone for tuning in.